Hello everybody and welcome back to Draugen.
I will find you again.
So we're looking for our sister.
Come outside. It's a beautiful day.
She's outside already.
Where are you, Lissy?
Outside, Teddy.
She's hanging outside, okay. Let's go outside. Can we have a look around? So you can have a look. Hang on, Lizzie, let's have a look around. There's a burnt note on there. Can't read it though. Oh, it's such a pretty game as well, this is. Right, can we go upstairs? Of course we can. Let's have a look around. What's this? Play. Okay, you can play the piano. That was cool. Playing the main theme of the game. It's called Draugen Waltz. Can we not read this? It's got an X on, so we should be able to read it. Okay, we can't interact with that yet. It's an X, so we can't interact with that just yet. Let's don't look around though. This is the kids' room. It's drawing a monster on there. Can't interact with that chest. Oh, we can interact with this. Oh, stunning view. Lizzie's down there as well. We'll gain access to that room later on. This is the guest bedroom, isn't it? This is where we should really be staying, not lying on a chair downstairs. Okay, let's go and speak to Lizzie. Just so we can go and go and advance the story a little bit.
I just about given up on you ever waking up.
I was looking around the house.
So we're okay with that now? Noted. Sleep well?
I dreamed of Betty. She was in the garden, and she called for me.
How about you, Lissy dearest? Oh, you know me, old fruit, wide awake at first light.
The Fretlands didn't come home, did they?
They did not. There's no sign of anyone. Aside from last night's Mistwalker.
I've been thinking about that.
Dream. He's still confused about the events of the previous night, what was real and what was imagined. Shadow. He's still confused about what happened last night. Did he only see shadows in the night? Yeah, for that.
It was dark. Maybe I just saw a shadow.
Chasing a shadow. That's very unlike you, old boy. Usually you scurry off in the opposite direction.
I didn't get a good look. I'm not even sure there was anyone there.
Oh, there must be someone here. And I'm not talking about ghosts. Or goats. What was it you said yesterday? Maybe they're peeking at us through the windows.
I'll take a gander. The Fretlands will be home soon. And Betty's here. I know it. I feel it.
If you say so, teddy bear. Have you had your noodle juice yet?
I'm not rummaging through their cupboards.
You'll be a pill without your tea and toast, old bean. We need to get you sorted.
I'm not hungry. First point on the agenda. Find the natives.
A mission! Hot dog! I'll scout ahead. I'll meet you down by those houses.
Let's uncover your secrets, Grovik.
Let me sign up this letter, find you out. This is what we've already seen. He's already read this one. That's all we've got so far. Got the barn, which he can't interact with yet. Hold R2 to jog. We already know that. Right, let's go to her.
Alice!
By the village houses, Teddy.
Yeah, let's go down there. Look at that for a view.
Up here, Teddy. Hey, eyes up here.
Oh, for God's sake.
It's such a beautiful day. You could bottle and sell this air in Boston. It's frankly medicinal.
What's that? He's always climbing trees, rocks and buildings, and it never fails to worry him. Cold.
Hello?
Sun is out, but he feels the chill to his bones. Winter approaches at dawn.
It's chilly.
That's all you have to say? It's chilly.
You're not cold.
Why would I be?
Thought you were scouting ahead.
What do you think I'm doing? Vantage point. Like on a pirate ship. I can probably see our house in Hanover from here.
Did you check those buildings?
Knocking on doors isn't a scout's job, old bean.
Okay. Press when Lizzie's nearby to talk.
There must be someone around.
Only one way to find out, old sport. Did you check all the houses?
Let's have a look around. I can't go in there. Hello, anybody here? It's a cute little village.
Hello? Anyone here?
Why, hello, Mr. American. Please come in for a cup of tea and biscuits.
You're not helping. Also, they drink coffee here, not tea.
Savages. No one home?
No. What's she doing?
There must be someone around.
Okay, you're not going to ask her.
Find out, old sport.
Hello?
That was the wind.
Who's there? Hello? Anyone home?
And there's something called Faraja on the door. Paint. Let's just say.
September 21st, 1923. V.R. Desperata. Lissy, found something here. Escalated from words to stones. Blood has been spilled. The curse haunts us all. There is no hope left in... Good Sforlata. Good. God. Right. In this God-forsaken place. The death of the... Jiminy. Death of the children was the end of Grovik. Whatever remained of our souls departed with them. You should see this, Lissy.
Death of the children.
The letter just trails off. Was never sent. Did you see this door closing?
It was just the wind, Teddy Bear. You're as skittish as a pussycat. There's one more house. Third time's the charm.
Yeah, even I knew that is the wind. Hello there.
Anyone home?
We're just gonna open.
Go seek, I'd say that's a no. 3 strikes, you're out.
I don't think anyone's been home for a while. Someone painted the word traitor on one of the doors. And there was a letter. It sounded foreboding.
Well, you were wrong. The villagers are not indoors.
I just want to explore. And this is a small part of the village. He thinks there are some more places to visit. Betty, Elizabeth is the sole reason he's here, and he can't lose sight of that boat. The boat still bothers him like a fly buzzing in his ear. There's no good reason for it to simply vanish. Explore.
I saw some sheds down by the water. There's the general store. The church.
In other words, time for some sightseeing? Well, it's a bright and beautiful day, and we have nothing better to do.
What on earth are you doing?
Handstands, Teddy! My record is 2 minutes. I'm working on 3. Just go on ahead. I'll catch up.
Right, let's go this way. I think we head up to the church. Can we go to the church? Yeah, Lizzie's going to catch up with us when we get to the top. She's busy doing handstands. So we have to go up here. I will post the prequel comic that is set as well on before this, but I'm not going to post it until I've done all of these videos because there is spoilers in it. Notice.
July 24th. Memorial service. A commemoration of the accident at the mine this past summer. No services after that.
All these graves. What happened?
It's a cemetery.
But look at the soil. These are recent burials.
You're right.
Do you think this is where everyone's gone?
Edward looks
Are they
around,
all-
certainly counting the fresh graves. There are many, but not enough. People could have left, he thinks, a slow trickle, leaving Graverick empty apart from its dead.
How many graves are there?
Not enough, I guess. How many people lived here?
I'm not sure. Also, someone must have buried them.
There's that.
Something did happen. Several people died in a short period of time.
How? An accident? A mass murder? Spanish flu?
I wouldn't want to speculate until I've learned more.
I can speculate for the both of us.
Well, Betty's not here. I'm gonna keep looking.
What about the church?
Yeah, that's where we're gonna go now.
Why would they board up a church?
To keep the ghosts from escaping?
Lissy,
What does that say?
God is not here.
We can't go in the church yet. No, we can't go in the church just yet. At least we can see it's a little sus, isn't it, that they boarded the church
So much
up.
for that. No wedding, no baptism, no funeral.
There must be people somewhere. Where are you going?
For constitutional. To breathe some of this salty sea air. You go on ahead. I'll find you.
It's a crazy view. Can't rest on the bench. Oh, sorry, Lizzie. I like the colour of the leaves as well, autumn coloured. Alright, so we've been to the church. I could head up there, this way, but no, I'm going to head down to the shoreline.
Lissy!
I'm up at the church, Teddy.
Yeah, she's all over there. She's not going to come down yet.
How about we don't go back to Hanover and stay here instead?
And how would I survive?
Hunt? Harvest? Forage? People have survived here for centuries. Why can't we?
I wouldn't even know where to begin.
I could learn. I'd start with goats. Goats can be eaten and milked. Probably not in that order.
Fretland and Son.
How do you figure?
It's on the sign above the entrance. And on this photograph. Frederick and Simon Fretland. Simon Fretland. Frederick's son.
And Johann's nephew. See, I'm getting the hang of this. Simon. That was the name in the burnt book. So Simon is Ruth's older cousin.
The older gentleman is clearly Mr. Fretland's twin brother.
Twins are confusing. If this was a dime novel, they'd be switching places at some point to confuse the copies. Damn you, twins!
Applesauce.
Why lock any doors? I can't imagine they have a problem with punks and hoodlums.
The sign says they're closed, but I thought maybe... Hello? Are you open? Is anyone there?
Can't you just bust down the door? Locks be damned.
Breaking and entering, I will not. I'll just dislocate my shoulder.
There's a window open here. Can't we just go in here? The window's open. Let's go in there.
They had a memorial service for the accident in the mine on July 24th in the village church.
For something that happened 20 years ago?
It still affected their lives.
Yeah, they lost a lot of people, didn't they? Telegraph.
The telegraph is out of order.
Well, there goes my plan. NOSOS.
This was 2 years ago, but the notice is still up.
How can it take 2 years to get something like that fixed?
If they couldn't afford it? Or couldn't get anyone to come fix it?
This place really is off the map. Here be dragons. Or Draugans, I guess.
The ferry route is no longer operating.
Rats!
Mrs. Fretland already informed me in her letter.
I know. Still warrants a resounding rats.
I wonder why it stopped running.
Look around. How many people live here? 20? 30? That can't be enough for a ferry route.
Things got quieter after the mine closed down.
They need to move on and find something else to put their village on the map. Tobacco farming, maybe.
Or maybe just for tourism because of the views. It's a beautiful place. Draw. Let's see what he draws. Okay, we'll stand up now. Right, that was pretty cool. View journal, let's see what he's drawn. That ain't too bad. It's pretty cool. So he does, we can sit and draw. Can we draw other places, not just this place? Inspect that little knot thing.
There's no damage to the rope.
I don't know what that means.
Nobody cut it. I guess the knot could have unraveled on its own.
Didn't you say you used a sailor's knot?
I'm a scholar, not a fisherman.
So who took our boat? A ghost?
Tide. His knowledge of the tide is academic, not practical, but it makes sense that he could have just taken the boat.
Not a
Mystery.
ghost.
Tide. Current. A stranger in the night. Whatever stole the boat, Edward knows it can be explained. Current. The fjord. Edward knows can be treacherous. Current steals lives. What
Maybe
about
the boat saw an opportunity to be free of the yoke of humanity and stole off. into-
tide, maybe?
I believe the tide took our boat.
If you say so. But then who were you chasing after last night? A shadow?
Yeah?
I don't know. It was probably all in my head.
What else?
Betty would have taken plenty of constitutionals here. She loves the outdoors.
How so? She's a city girl.
I'm sure she gets tired of Manhattan. And when she was little, she loved playing in the garden back in Hanover, especially around the pond.
Are you alright?
I just miss her.
Right. Let's head this way.
A boat! Teddy! Hot dog! This is our ticket out of here!
Not without Betty.
Edward can't help notice a gaping hole in the bow. The boat is unusable, rot. With some dismay, Edward observes that the wood is rotten. It was years since this boat was seaworthy.
Besides, the wood's rotted through. This boat isn't seaworthy. It's curious. The state of the boats. It's like they stopped taking care of them.
Seems short-sighted. How would they fish? Or get anywhere at all?
Exactly. Exactly that. There's another boat in the water.
What's this?
Remnants of the mining operation.
What, mine?
Remember, I told you yesterday. There was a mine here, but it closed down 20 years ago.
I know, Edward. I was just checking for a sense of humor. Still nowhere to be found.
She's quite cheeky, isn't she?
Till Min Om. It's a memorial. 3 men died when the mine collapsed in 1902. Georg Hatlestad, Niels Framberg, Arne Fretland.
See, this is what working a regular job. Did you say Fretland?
The younger brother who was mentioned in the article.
Accident. A tragic incident like this one, he knows, in a community so small would be felt by everybody on Fretland. The younger Fretland, Edward thinks, was a victim of his family's ambitions, but accident.
The newspaper said the accident forced the mine to shut down.
What does any of this have to do with us?
I still don't know why Elizabeth came here.
And you think it has something to do with this mine?
Or with what it did to the village. Maybe. He was just 19.
How long had he been working in the mine? That's too young for a dirty job like digging into rock.
We're in the real world, Lissy. Most teeners don't have the luxury to idle away their days with games and witty repartee.
Ouch.
And then we can interact with the rest of it. I'm gonna go that way in a sec. What's around here? Can we interact with any of this?
Yes?
Okay, there's nothing there. So we'll interact with these mine items. Overgrown.
I don't understand why they just leave this here. Like an altar to adversity. It's creepy.
Rustic superstition. Perhaps they believed they'd attract bad luck if they moved it.
What did they use this for?
Bringing the ore down from the mine before it was loaded onto boats.
So, diamonds? Gold? Or just boring old silver?
Iron ore.
Or what?
Rock, which contains iron
I know.
deposits that...
Okay, Edward. Where do these tracks lead?
To the mine. Where else would they go?
I don't know. A castle up in the mountains where the frost giants live? And this is how they receive their monthly offering of meat from the villagers. Goat, I hope.
Someone was just washing stuff and then it just stopped. Why would they stop halfway through doing it? Strange. Right, let's head up here.
No trespassing for traitors.
Cool. Want to jump the gate and explore what's on the other side?
Trespassing. Edward isn't particularly infused by the idea of climbing the fence and braving the path up the hill. Dangerous. Edward considers the rickety gate and the overgrown path to the woods beyond. It doesn't look very inviting.
It's not safe.
Oh, horse feathers! You may be the most boring man in this country. Where's your sense of adventure, old sport? Don't you want to see where these tracks go?
They lead to the old mine, and no. I've had enough adventure on this side of the fence. Besides, they wrote no trespassing for a reason.
You're such a terrible bore, Teddy Bear. I'll wager 1,000 clams you'll jump this gate at some point, if you believe Betty's on the other side.
Frederick Fretland. Who are these traitors he refers to?
What now? We've looked everywhere.
There really doesn't seem to be anyone around.
Maybe we missed something. An important clue. How about the general store? We haven't been inside yet.
It looked deserted, but worth another look, I guess.
And we know the window's open, so let us go. Tally ho.
What if everyone turned into a pebble? And they can't speak, but they see and feel everything that happens to them.
There's something very wrong with your head.
Wouldn't it just be awful? Why, I'd be a murderer.
She comes up with some things.
Is that? Lizzie, come here. It's Betty's hat. She was here. She could still be in there. Betty? Betty!
Are you sure, Edward? I mean, it's just a hat. Is it even a hat? I'm not
I know
sure
my sister's hat, Lizzie. I have to get inside.
What about the breaking and entering part?
I could care less what they call it.
So now he's changing exactly what he was thinking before. And it's exactly what Lizzie said. If he could get inside, if it's something to do with his sister, he will do it regardless.
Here's an open window.
You seem eager to break the law.
I approve.
It won't budge.
Aw, don't be milquetoast.
Well, it's stuck.
Attaboy, Teddy. You can do this.
Pull harder.
I can't believe I'm actually breaking... Whoops, Daisy.
Uh,
Oh my, Teddy. You're such a sap.
she's not bothered, in she goes. Get up, Teddy boy.
Tempting. World traveler. Cat burglar.
A cat burglar would, by definition, enter a building on a higher
Jeez.
floor.
The state of this place.
Oh, Betty.
Edward,
I hope you weren't here when...
is this... blood?
Not necessarily human blood.
Well, that's alright then.
What does it say? Barn murder?
Someone murdered a barn?
Barn means child.
Oh, child murderer.
Child murder. Edward, they murdered a child?
Someone thought so.
Probably the same someone who vandalized the store.
Oh my god.
I'm not sure how I feel about being in here.
Don't be ridiculous. We're all alone. What else do you suggest we do?
Not get caught by a lunatic if there is a murderer about, you know. Look at this.
Why would Frederick keep a list of what he calls traitors?
What did they do to him?
Cross him in some way. Why else keep a list of undesirables?
He went to say shit list. I think she's probably heard you swear before. There's 2 doors to go in. There's this one. Unsent mail. There must be at least 10 envelopes. He noticed all of them stamped and addressed but stuck in perpetual limbo.
These were never sent.
How long have they been piling up?
I received Mrs. Fretland's letter in June, and they received my letter from July.
A couple of months. Perhaps the world forgot about Grovik.
Surely would have sent a letter to say why he shouldn't come. Telegraph.
Out of order.
Why hasn't it been fixed?
Perhaps there wasn't much demand for it anymore.
S-O-S.
SOS. I actually think she can call SOS.
If only this thing worked.
could order a boat to come get us. Or, even better, order some hot grub.
God, it's not takeaway.
What are you doing?
Looking for keys.
Your life of crime continues.
The keys are all gone.
Some thieving thieves beat you to it. Rascals!
There's a note.
Is it written in Viking runes? What does it say?
It's from Simon.
Oh God, Jag Putet.
Yai put it means I put. Nurka is key. Casa. I don't know what that word means.
You put the key in the casa?
Casa. I wish I had my dictionary. The note's addressed to his father.
So the key was moved. But where to?
Somewhere safer. Or more convenient.
Can we really trust your translations? You only started studying a month ago.
I spent the summer reading. And I had a lot of free time on the ocean voyage. Casa.
There you go.
So that's what it means. Cash register. You're a genuine gangster now, old fruit. Don't worry.
And there's a
If you
key.
get busted, I'll come
Key
visit
to
you in the
what?
big house.
It's cash.
The Vandals weren't here for the money.
I think money was the last thing on their minds.
Wasn't there supposed to be a key?
Here it is.
What's the key to? Oh, is it to this? That's crazy. This is where the bird was trying to get into. And this is the hat.
It is her hat.
Teddy, I'm not sure
Betty was
that's-
here. And not long ago.
Okay, but if that is her hat, what's it doing in a locked storeroom?
Another breadcrumb.
That's not an answer.
I know for sure she was here. That's what matters.
You know best, Edward. So, what now? If this is a breadcrumb, where's the next one?
There must be a reason her hat's in this room.
What's that?
A handwritten note.
I'm not blind. What does it say, you silly goose?
It's hard to read. I'm not sure my translation will be... Johann, you... Nectar. Refuse. You refuse to speak to me, so I write this letter instead. It's from Frederick Fretland to his brother. Simon did not... Bloody hell. Simon did not murder your Ruth. He was fond of his cousin.
Ruth. Ruth is the daughter of Anna and Johann, which means the little girl in the photograph
Oh,
at the
God.
farmhouse.
She's dead.
Oh, Edward. The Fretland girl was murdered. This is simply awful.
Simon was working at the farm while I tended to the store. I would have seen him had he passed on the way up to the cliffs.
They thought Simon killed Ruth. His own cousin.
Ruth was... What's that word? Playing. Ruth was always playing on the rocks below the church. She must have fallen by accident. The note ends there.
Oh God.
Frederick never finished it. And Johann never read it. Not that it would have made a difference. Like if Johann
The
thought...
mob showed up for Simon. His father would have tried to protect him.
September 17th. You would have been here, Betty.
Rocks below the church. Isn't the church right above us? Edward, come look at this. That's the cliff. Right there. The one in the note? I bet you a million clams.
Where?
See for yourself.
I guess that could be where...
Let's check it out.
No, Lissy, wait.
This has just taken a really dark turn.
This way! I found it, Teddy. The cliff. I'm standing right below it.
What are you doing? This doesn't concern
A
us.
little girl died. I'm staying in her home, for God's sake. Are you completely without heart? Get yourself up here, Edward Hardy, right this minute.
And I am going to finish this one here, guys. In the next one, which will be, I'll try and record it as soon as I can and then upload it straight away. But it might be next week, depending on when you're watching this. It'll probably be straight away. But we will continue, don't worry, and we'll explore where the cliff is, where the girl was supposedly murdered, where she died, and we'll see if we can uncover this mystery and see if we can find his sister. Anyway, guys, thank you all for joining us, and till next time, take care.